go out tomorrow now because this has to go out today because UFC is on tomorrow evening, well, early hours of Sunday morning, and it is a huge UFC event. If you are a British UFC fan, so a fan from Britain who likes the UFC, this is absolutely massive. If you're not a fan of the UFC but you're from Britain and watching this video, you need to tune into the UFC on BT Sport on the early hours of Sunday morning, probably about 1-2 o'clock, or set your Virgin or Skybox up to record this event. So we're going to go through the card. There's a lot of fights I don't know a lot about, so I might skip those, skip over them, and just stick to what we do know. Because what we do know is quite interesting, but we'll get into it in a minute. So this weekend's event is headlined by Leon Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman for the middleweight, the welterweight title, UFC welterweight title. I want to say this is the first British champion, the first British fighter to fight for a belt since Bisping did, and when he won it back in the day against Luke Rockhold. But I might be wrong, and I haven't got time to go through the records. I can't think of any British fighters that may have fought for a title in the last 10 years, other than Bisping. And let's quickly go through the British fighters. Darren Till, anywhere near a title fight, he's always injured. Paddy Pimblett still coming through. Molly McCann, or Meatball Molly, still coming through. Leon clearly. Tom Aspinall, if he hadn't been for that injury, he beats Blades, and then he goes on to fight Ngannou, possibly for the title. I think Aspinall is the future heavyweight champion of the UFC. Who else are we looking at? There's another young lad who is in the lower divisions in terms of weight. I forget his name top of my head, but he's on the up, but he's quite a bit off it yet. So yeah, off the top of my head right now, I'm pretty sure Leon Edwards is the first British UFC fighter. Dan Hardy could he have fought for a title? He might have done, but it wouldn't have been since Bisping did. So yes, it's massive for British UFC fans. And for the Midlands, so I'm in the Midlands. Leon Edwards trains just in the next city to where I am. He comes from the next city, originally from Jamaica, moved to the UK when he was 9, I believe. His dad was like a big gang leader. He died when Leon Edwards was like 12 or 13. Leon's brother, Fabian Edwards, he is fighting in Bellator. I think he had a big win recently against Lyoto Machida. So yeah, it's a big, family of fighters. And we're going to get into it shortly, so let's start at the bottom of the card. Like I said, we've got the early prelims. I doubt there'll be anyone I know. Daniel De Silva against Victor Altamirano, no idea. Quilling Ari against Jay Perrin, no. I mean, some of these will make the step up over time, but not right now. Amir Albazi against Francisco Figueiredo. So Francisco Figueiredo is the brother of David. Is it David Figueiredo? Have I got it right? Is his first name David? In my head it is. David Figueiredo. The champion. The one who's going to be going up against Brandon Moreno for a 4th time early next year probably. AJ Fletcher against Ange Lusa. See, the only ones of these I've heard of is Amir Albazi and Francisco Figueiredo. Let's have a little look at Albazi. See if he's fought on we know. Shumagalov. You got a decision victory against him? Nope. Can't say I've heard of him. we go to the prelims, where we have Miranda Maverick, I've heard of her, against Shayna Young. Sean Woodson against Luis Saldana. Leonardo Santos against Jared Gordon. And then, I mean, I don't know what this one's doing on the prelims. This should be on the main card. We've got Marcin Tybura, who always fails to deliver, against Alexander Romanov. Let's have a little look at Tybura. Let's have a little lucky Lulu. Let's see who he's fought. So Tybura was meant to fight Rosenstrike in April. The fight was cancelled. In 21 he lost to Volkov via decision. He beat Walt Harris by KO in the first round in June 2021. He beat Greg Hardy. He beat Ben Rothwell by decision. Beat Maxim Grishin. So he's not terrible. He lost to Augusto Sakai via KO. He lost to Shamil Abdurakhimov via KO. 2018 beat Stefan Struve, lost via KO to Derry Lewis. 2017 lost to Verdum, beat Arlovsky, beat Luis Enrique, or Enrique. But yeah, I think tomorrow will be his toughest opponent for a while. Tybura is 36, Romanov is 31. Romanov got a first round submission against Chase Sherman the last time he fought. Before that he got a KO victory over Jared Van Der Aar. A decision win over Juan Espino. Apologies for that, I was had to drink coffee. A submission win against Marcos Rogerio. A submission win over Roque Martinez. He's just like a submission machine, this bloke. Yeah, he's very impressive. Alexander Romanov. And he's my pick to win that fight. I've actually backed him on a bet. I've backed him to win via submission. That's not said to say it's going to happen, but I have backed him for a submission victory in that fight. On to the main card. I mean, the last three fights of this card are great. It's a shame the rest of the card could have been made up like that. Why we need one or two of these fights on a pay-per-view, I do not know. We have Tyson Pedro against Harry Hunsucker on the main card. Yes, I'd only ever heard of Tyson Pedro, I couldn't tell you he'd fought. So he got a KO victory against Iker Villanova last time out. Before that, in 2018 he lost to Mauricio Rua. Is that Bigfoot Rua? I'm not sure. He lost to OSP. He beat Sapabek Safarov by submission. He lost to Ilya Latifi. He beat Paul Craig. That was before Paul Craig got cut down. He beat Khalil Roundtree via submission. He's obviously a strong lad if he's defeating Khalil via submission. That was 2016 to be fair. Yeah, I just don't think he's all that good in all honesty. I did hear something about the fight's not going very long. Right, okay, so here we go. Let's work this out. Against Khalil Roundtree, first round stoppage, submission. He's had one go to a decision against Latifi. Paul Craig was a first round KO. Against Rua, he lost in the third round. Against OSP, he lost a submission in the first round. He got a submission on Safarov in the first round. So he's only gone the distance once. In his last fight, he got the KO in the first round. Now let's look at Harry Hunsucker. Okay, this bloke is. Oh yeah, here we go. So he lost to Justin Taffer the last time out of the first round. He lost to Tai Tuivasa in the first round, both KOs. Right, okay. I'd be surprised if this fight gets to the third round, in all honesty. I might be wrong, but I'd be surprised if it did. I might have a little cheeky bet that it doesn't get to the third round. Let's see who else we have on this card. We've got one more unnecessary fight, and then we've got the big one. So we've got Yanan Wu against Lucy Putilova. I'd never heard of either, and if they were both stood in this room now, I could not tell you who they were. I would not have a bloody clue. So we're just going to skip that. That's a women's bantamweight fight. Bear with. Yeah, this Yanan Wu likes a decision. I'm pretty sure all fights go to decision, give or take. And her opponent, decision, submission, decision, lots and lots of decisions. Wow, that's fun, isn't it? You get to watch a very boring 3-round fight in the women's bantamweight division. Right before it gets exciting, to be fair. We go into the men's bantamweight, and we have Jose Aldo against Merab Dvalishvili. I think I got his surname right. So this is Aldo, 35. Now bear in mind, the first time I seen Jose Aldo, so I used to watch UFC when I was like 16, 17, and I'd go to the Ultimate Fight and I'd buy the UFC DVDs because it wasn't shown every week in the UK. So I'd have to buy the events on DVD. Then I went away for a few years, not away as in prison, but I just stopped watching it for a few years. When I started watching it again, it was around the time of Conor McGregor taking on Jose Aldo. It's the first time I'd heard of McGregor. And I watched the build-up with Aldo, and I was like, I'm really excited to watch this fight. And so my first experience of Aldo in a fight was in getting sparked clean out by Conor McGregor. Like, what the hell have I just seen? It was bonkers. That one-punch knockout by Conor. But yeah, Aldo is a great fighter, and that was not a good representation of him. So his last few fights, he's beat Rob Font by decision, beat Pedro Munoz by decision, beat Marlon Vera by decision, Chito Vera, who beat Dominic Cruz last week. He did lose to Pierre Diane in the 5th round via KO back in July 2020. He also lost to Marlon Moraes and Alexander Volkanovski. So he was on a bit of a stretch there where he couldn't get himself a win. But then he's turned it around. Like I said, beating Font and Munoz and Chito Vera. So these last 3 fights he's won. Now he's up against Merab, who is 4 years younger than Aldo. Merab beat Marlon last time out. He beat Cody Starman the time before that. Beat John Dodson via decision. Beat Gustavo Lopez via decision. Beat Casey Kenny via decision. He's just a decision machine by the looks of it. He beat Brad Katona via decision. Yep, I can see this one going all 5 rounds for certain. Picking a winner, I don't know. I do like Aldo and the fact that he's turned things around over the last year or so. But 35, it might be one fight too far. We'll have to wait and see. One person I do think is having one fight too many is in our next fight. We have Paulo Costa not too many for Luke Rockhold. He's been gone for years from the sport. He's probably making a comeback because he needs a payday. Let's have a little look at Rockhold's last few fights. 2021 he's meant to fight Sean Strickland, who was cancelled. 2019 he lost to Jan Blachowicz. Before that he lost to Yoel Romero in 2018. 2017 he beat David Branch. So since 2017 he has had 3 fights and he's lost 2 of them. 2016 he was meant to play on take on Jacare Sousa, it was cancelled. He lost to Bisping in the main event, first round. I think that was actually when he lost the title. Bisping took the title from him in that fight. He did beat Weidman and Lyoto Machida before that, and Bisping by submission a couple of years earlier. So he probably thought he had Bisping's number until Bisping knocked him out in the first round. But yeah, he's up against Paulo Costa, who looks very focused and very fit at the minute. We got Costa, his record, he lost to Vettori via decision. He lost to Izzy via KO, there's no shame in that. He beat Yoel Romero via decision. He beat Uriah Hall, KO'd. He beat Johnny Hendricks via KO and I can't say his name. Bang Bosi. I hope I got that right. He beat him. It's someone I've never heard of before, and probably never will. Apologies, I did not mean to say Luke Rockhold will win this fight. I did say at the end of the last part, and then stopped it in time. No, I see Paulo Costa winning this fight clearly. Now we have an issue here. I need to get my phone. Wait there. And we're back, because we need to take a little lucky Lulu at the main event, which is obviously Leon Rocky Edwards taking on, who is it? Kamaru Usman. Let's have a little look at this fight. Let's look at Usman first. Usman is 35, Edwards is 30. They did fight each other in the past. I think it went to a decision a lot of years ago, with Usman winning on a decision. Edwards has improved a lot since then. Usman last time beat Colby on by decision. Beat Masvidal, knockout. Beat Burns, knockout. He got a decision win against Masvidal in 2020, and then finished him in 21. He was definitely busy for a champion. Last year he was very busy, 3 fights in 1 year. You don't see that from a lot of champs these days. In 2019 he KO'd Colby. He got a decision win against Tyron Woodley. He beat Rafael dos Anjos via decision, Damian Maia via decision, Emil Meek via decision. KO'd Sergio Moraes, decision win against Sean Strickland. Beat Wally Alves via decision, beat Yakovlev via decision. Got a decision win against Leon, like I said, and submission of a Hader Hassan. Strange, that's his only submission victory. Rather odd. Leon Rocky Edwards, though. Let's have a little look. He is the taller of the two. He was meant to fight Masvidal, that was cancelled. He beat Nate Diaz via decision last time. Maybe lucky in the end because he did get rocked, but he dominated the fight. He had fights with Hamza and Woodley, both cancelled. He beat Dos Anjos via decision. Gunnar Nelson via decision. Donald Cerrone via decision. got a KO victory over Sabota. Beat Brian Barberine via decision. Vicente Luque via a decision. Yeah, I would absolutely love nothing more than for Edwards to win this title, become the first British champion since Bisping. Do I see it happening? It's Usman. You're not going to get a title off him via decision because the UFC love Usman and it's hard to get a title off anyone via decision. Can he stop him? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a dominating performance from Edwards to get the decision victory. Ultimately, I see Usman retaining either a 4th or 5th round stoppage for Usman or a decision victory for Usman. Unfortunately, I love Edwards to win it. I don't see it happening. UFC are quite stuck like that, very stubborn. And at times, if they like a champion, that champion can sometimes stay champion for a long time. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the UFC this weekend if you're watching. And if you have a bet, good luck to you. Take it easy, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. See you all again soon, guys.